If you're getting tons of likes, comments and DMs, but no sales, this is for you. I've helped dozens of content creators turn strangers into leads and customers. One of my clients even got over 2,500 leads with just a 6-page ebook and no landing page. So in this video, I will break down the top 3 mistakes that most creators are making and how to start getting paid for the content that you already make. So by the end of this video, you will know why your existing content isn't converting and how to fix it. Let's dive in. So if you're a content creator, you probably ask yourself, how do I get more followers? How do I get more views? How do I get more engagement? But the thing is that most creators don't have a visibility problem. Most creators have a conversion problem because you're already doing the hard part. You're already creating content, showing up consistently, building trust, but you don't have a system that turns that attention into leads and customers. So in the rest of this video, I will break down the top 3 mistakes that most creators are making and how to fix them so that you can turn your existing content into leads and customers. Here's mistake number 1. Most creators focus on too many things at once. They're talking to moms, fitness people, entrepreneurs, all in the same Instagram account. And the one day it's a podcast, the other day it's cooking, the other day it's an affiliate marketing tip. But the problem with that is if you speak to everyone, no one listens. Imagine walking into a restaurant and they basically say to you, hey, we got sushi, pizza, pancakes, steaks, we got everything you want. You will probably walk out of the restaurant. And why? Because if they do everything, you don't trust them to do anything well. So instead of focusing on a lot of different people, you should actually focus on one specific avatar. And what I mean by that is that you need to focus on one specific type of person with one specific problem. And I actually got this from Alex Hormozi. So if you don't know Alex Hormozi, he is a multimillionaire, very good at business and marketing, wrote 2 books about this. Highly recommend checking that out. And what he says is that if you are under $1 million in revenue, you should focus on one specific avatar with one specific problem on one specific channel. That's it. One problem, one avatar, one channel. And that's what I recommend as well. So the next step that you should do is start by defining your audience. And in my masterclass, we go through a worksheet where we ask 5 simple questions to define your audience. So let's have a look at that. So here are basically the 5 questions that we ask. So we start by asking the first question, which is, who is your ideal audience? So you need to describe their demographics, their interests, their goals. So you need to think about, okay, how old are they? Where do they live? Do they have kids? Are they married? Like that kind of stuff. You need to know who they are. So an example, for example, could be aspiring YouTubers aged 18 to 30 who want to grow their channels but struggle with consistency. That could be. Then the next question that you ask is, okay, what is their current situation? So it could be that they started their YouTube channel, but they are stuck at 1,000 subscribers. Right? So that's what they currently are. Then the next thing that you need to ask yourself is, okay, what specific problems do they face? So they are stuck at this situation, like, okay, what problems do they have? For example, you could say, okay, they don't know what type of content to create. They feel overwhelmed by algorithms, or they lack tools to stay organized. And then the next question basically is, okay, how much do these problems cost them? And you need to think about this from a money perspective and a time perspective, because you have certain audiences that are just wasting a lot of money and you have certain audiences that are wasting a lot of time. So you need to think about, okay, what is my current audience wasting? Like, where are they stuck? What problems do they face? But also, how much do these problems cost them? And then the last question that you need to ask yourself is, okay, what outcome do they desire most? Like, what is the number 1 goal they want to achieve? Because that is the thing that you need to focus on. And this is what I use for my own business, but also for my clients. Because here's the thing, all the offers, lead magnets, webinars, none of it matters if you don't have a clear audience that you're focused on. So you need to fix the focus and then everything else gets easier. And that brings me to mistake number 2, because creators who have their audience fixed are still doing this wrong. Mistake number 2 is that you're using the link in bio as your main conversion strategy. Like anytime you have a new freebie or a new offer, you basically say, hey, go to my link in bio in order to get it. But that doesn't work. This is actually one of the worst ways to convert your audience into leads and customers, because most people are just way too lazy to go to the link in bio. So you're actually already losing 80% of your traffic over there. And on top of that, it's also killing your engagement, because Instagram wants to keep people on the platform so that they can show ads to them. And if you send people away from the platform, they will downgrade your content in the Instagram algorithm. So this is a really weak way to convert your audience, but it actually gets worse, because what is at the end of the bio link? A landing page. And that actually brings us to mistake number 3. Mistake number 3 is that you're still using landing pages to convert your audience into leads and customers. And landing pages only convert at 5%. So that means that if 100 people come to your landing page, only 5 people will actually sign up. So let's see what this means for your Instagram funnel. So this is your Instagram funnel, which starts with the traffic, then your link in bio, and then people becoming a lead. So when we send people from your Instagram post and your Instagram stories to the link in bio, we're actually already losing 80% of your traffic. And then at the end of the link in bio, we have a landing page, and a landing page only converts at 5%. So that means that if you start with 1,000 people on Instagram, only 200 people will go to your link in bio, and only 10 people will actually sign up for the thing that you're giving to them. So if you look at this, you will see that from your Instagram traffic to the link in bio, we see a 80% drop. And then from your link in bio to becoming a lead, we see a 95% drop. But still, every creator, even creators with hundreds of thousands of followers, are still using this strategy to convert their audience. So you are basically using a tool that doesn't drive any engagement, where we lose 80% of our traffic, and that only converts at 5%. But what if we could use a tool that actually drives comments and DMs, where we can keep 100% of our traffic, and that converts at 50% or more? And there is. And that tool is called a chat funnel. So a chat funnel is an automated DM conversation where we take someone who is commenting on one of your posts or DMing you and turn them into a lead or into a customer. And here's how that works. So it basically works in 4 simple steps. So it starts by someone commenting on one of your posts or sending you a DM. Then what we do is, when they do that, we start a DM conversation. And then inside that DM conversation, what we do is we get their name and we get their email. And then once they have delivered that, then we give them the free lead magnet, similar as what you would do with a landing page. But the thing is that you can 10x your results. So let's see the results with a chat funnel. So with a chat funnel, we have our Instagram traffic that will go to a DM conversation, and that will go into a lead. When we say to people, okay, comment a specific word on one of our posts or DM us, we actually are keeping 100% of our traffic. And then inside the DM conversation, what we do is we get their name and we get their email. And what we see with our own clients is that we will get at least a 50% conversion rate. So that means that if we start with 1,000 people on Instagram, we actually get 1,000 DM conversations, and we get over 500 leads. So this basically means is that we can 10x our results just by changing from the link in bio to a chat funnel. So here's how that can look on Instagram. Here's an example of one of my clients, and what she does is she has a free guide, a free ultimate fueling guide. So she basically says inside her Instagram post, she says, okay, simply comment guide and I will send it over in your DMs. So whenever someone comments on any of our posts with guides, we can automatically reply to that comment with, okay, check your DM to get the free guide. And then inside the Instagram DMs, immediately they get a message with, it sounds like you're ready to optimize fueling and hit your next level. Just click the button below and I will send over my guide. And when they click on this button, then we say, awesome, just a few quick steps to get the free guide in your inbox. What is your first name? And then I type in my first name and I say, and what email do you want your free guide sent to? So then I type in my email and it says, excited for you to simplify your fueling. Here is the download for you. And what's most important with this is this all happens inside the DMs. They never have to go to a link in bio. They never have to go to a landing page, and you actually get a 50% conversion rate or more. Now, I've seen a lot of people just send a link to a landing page in the DMs, but that doesn't work either, because at the end of the day, that still goes to a landing page, and landing pages only convert at 5%. The funnel that you're seeing here, Claire used that to get over 2,500 leads with just a 6-page ebook. That's what a chat funnel can do for your business. So if you want to get similar results and want to get started with this right now, I have another video on my YouTube channel that explains how to set it up step by step. So click on this video to get started.